Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at the eTrailer Cargo Carrier. This is going to be a 60-inch wide cargo carrier, fits right into your Toyota Prius V. I know you have a lot of space in your Prius V, but sometimes you need a little bit more. Also, what if you want to carry things that you don't want inside your vehicle? For example, this would be a great spot to put tires when you need to change them out for a winter season, or maybe muddy things, sandy things, things like that. So the first thing for your car is this works with a 2-inch hitch receiver. Please make sure you have that installed. I know there's an 1.25-inch option. I have a 2-inch EcoHitch installed, and that works best with this carrier. There's a lot of things I like about this carrier. I like the size of it. I like how far it sits away from the car too. So notice where my bumper is and where the carrier is. We have a distance of 16 inches. And that's also helpful because even without tilting it away, look at where our door opens. See how even if you have things stacked super high on the carrier, you're not going to get any interference from the door. And when installing it into your hitch receiver, notice how we have the included hitch pin alignment collar. I do it upside down just because of where our bumper is on our Prius V. If this is in place, then you don't need to look back and forth to make sure this lines up. So you can put in your hitch pin. Now this hitch pin has an anti-rattle feature. So there's a nut here as well as a clip. So you gotta put the pin in and then you gotta tighten down on that nut. It does get a little tricky, but as long as your carrier is folded down, it makes it easier. Another thing to make it easier is to use a socket wrench. You do get a stamp wrench, but this is just faster. This is 24 inches long by 60 inches wide. That's as tall as I am. And that gives you a lot of space for all kinds of cargo. You also have these rails, and these are gonna be 5.5 inches in height. The rails not only keep things in, but can also be used as anchor points. So use your straps, anchor them to any of the rails around the carrier to tighten things down. You have this steel mesh floor, which has a little bit of flex, but not much at all. This gives you a good and strong support for your cargo. And this open design means even if you have sand or mud, it's really easy just to spray this off and you're good to go. And with keeping it clean, you can also just keep it on your car. You have a black powder coat finish, which is actually really high quality here. And that way it's corrosion resistant, even if it's out in the elements. You got your rain, you got your snow, you got your sun, you can keep this on there and not have to worry about it. Now with this being made of steel, you have a pretty strong weight capacity. You have a 500-pound evenly distributed capacity. But that's the weight capacity of your basket. That doesn't say anything about the car that it's on. So please be mindful of your actual tongue weight capacity on your hitch receiver. It is gonna be less than 500 pounds. So add up the weight of your basket, add up the weight of your cargo. That total number should not be more than your hitch tongue capacity. Now this can tilt away with the cargo on, but with our door being able to open without having to tilt it away, we're not gonna have to deal with that. So to tilt it away, you pull this pin out. So there's that clip, pull the pin, and with the pin out, this tilts down, or it can also fold up. If you're worried about it coming back towards your car, don't worry about it, it stops itself right there. We're gonna line up our hole and secure it in the folded or the compact position. With the pin in, secure it with the clip. So this is the compact and portable position. You can see it takes up a lot less space compared to when it was folded down. Comparing that, we're gonna measure from our bumper to the end of the carrier. It's gonna be about 20 inches. And if you have a small garage, but you're trying to install this, then you could put it on your vehicle, fold it up like this. Then when you drive out, you just bring it back down and you're ready to load up your cargo. And with it folded up like this, it does not take up much space in terms of visibility. So we have full visibility through our rear window. We can kind of see our taillights up in the corner. Yes, our license plate is going to be blocked, but you also have that open grid design where it's still very visible. And when you try to go into reverse on your vehicle, what's going to happen is you're going to see through that mesh pattern. Your backup camera will still see if there's any vehicles or cars or people behind you. So my thoughts about this carrier is I'm a big fan of that mesh design. I like how it's made of steel. I wish that anti-rattle pin was a little easier to access, but compared to other carriers, we have so much space between the carrier and our bumper. It's actually pretty easy to get in there with a tool and tighten that down. With this having a slight rise too, your cargo is sitting a little bit higher up off the ground. The tilt-away is cool, although not necessary for our Prius V. So otherwise, solid choice for your vehicle. If you need to expand your capacity, get more space, this is definitely a way to go. If you need something a little bit lighter, check out the aluminum cargo carrier from Flint Hill Goods. You're not gonna get as much clearance with that one, but it is a lighter carrier if that's your main issue. Otherwise, this is a look at the eTrailer cargo carrier that's 24 by 60 inches large on our 2014 Toyota Prius V. Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or a pothole or driving over uneven pavement.